really good at this, as this is my second time through. I thought I was recording. I was not recording. Hi guys, I'm Danielle and this is Bookchara, and this is my June TBR game. I have not played my TBR game since March. I started a new job and yeah, it just took me a little while to get in a routine and to get settled. So I am settled now. I am ready to start filming again, and here we are. So just a refresher as far as how the March TBR game went. For an unread book from a previous TBR, I was supposed to read All the Impossible Things by Lindsay Lackey. I did not read this one. For a book with a location in the title, I was supposed to read The Ghosts of Tupelo Landing by Sheila Turnage. I did not read this one. For Mini Spooktober, I was supposed to read Dead Voices by Catherine Arden. I did read this one and I gave it 4 stars. And finally, for a book club book, I was supposed to read The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I did read this one with Bookchara read-alongs. Wasn't a big fan of this first book. I gave it 3 stars. I have since read the second book in the series, The Mime Order. I enjoyed it much more, gave it 4 stars, and am looking forward to continuing the series. Okay, so for the case file reveal, this kind of, these are already out of the envelope, so I'm so sorry. We have Dead Voices. We have The Bone Season. And we have The Ghosts of Tupelo Landing. So I read 2 of the 3, which means I have 1 additional book on my June TBR. With that, let's roll and see what I get. Okay guys, so let's see who I am playing as for the June TBR game. I got number 2. Number 2 is Colonel Mustard, aka Hitman. He's good at what he does. His special skill is to eliminate 1 book from the final stack. Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 9. No, 10. Okay. Our first prompt is a scribd book. For my scribd book, I will be reading The Parker Inheritance. I did not write down the author's name, so I will include it here on the screen. I will be reading this with the middle grade March book club. So I know Krista at Books and Jams is involved with that, the Curly Reader. I'm sure there's some other hosts that I don't know by memory, but really looking forward to that. I have access to the audio on Scribd. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the first book I see on Instagram. For my next book, I was supposed to choose the first book that I saw on Instagram. That was a semi-flop at first. I came across a Fairy Loot post. They were promoting the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, I'm not sure. That book doesn't come out until June 27th, so I had to move on. The next post I came across was by Lindsay's Little Library, and Lindsay was going to be reading the Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby over Memorial Day weekend. So that is a crime thriller, maybe? I have access to that one on Scribd, and I will be listening to that one in June. 4 again. I am going back to pick up the wrench. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be sci-fi fantasy book of my choice. So as you saw, I very strategically went back and picked up the wrench, and that is because when I do that, I get to choose a sci-fi fantasy book of my choice. And for that, I am choosing Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb because I am buddy reading that with Chaz at Bookish Chaz in the month of June. Very excited. Stupid excited. And oh boy, clue card. The Forgotten Garden. For my fourth roll, I chose a clue card. This was not one of my TBR hopefuls. The Forgotten Garden, again, did not write down the author. I will include here. Um, but this was recommended to me by Amy at A Star Reads a little while back when I was looking for mystery, thriller, suspense recommendations. This ebook is 658 pages long. And with that, I'm going to say that this is going to be the book that I am going to eliminate off of my final TBR because I am playing as Colonel Mustard this month, aka Hitman. And yeah, I think with Ship of Magic already being on my TBR and already being 809 pages in the mass market paperback, I think that another chunky book is just not ideal. So I do want to read that one eventually, just not in June. So since there are 3 books on my TBR this month, all 3 books will go in the case file, and I will need to read all 3 of those in June in order to avoid any kind of penalty. An additional book on my stack in July. So excited for July. Birthday month, yay. It's gonna be great. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and thank you for your patience while I have acclimated to my new schedule. Working hard. I'm a working girl. Okay, so that's all for this video. Please let me know down in the comments what you're planning to read in June. I would love to hear about it. And yeah, leave me a kitty cat emoji if you've made it this far. Until next time, bye.